All right, hello, hi. Just wanted to do a quick check-in update on my tennis escapades and the new tennis class that I've been in. We have to bring balls, so I have my balls that I'm about to take with me because I'm about to go to the tennis class right now. Just finished work and watched the Pop the Balloon. Yes, I watched the Pop the Balloon dating thing with Arlette. That's really the only one that I watch, but it's fascinating to me. I like it. I don't know. I may be getting a little burnt out on it, but it's hilarious. And then I watched the T Pendale reviews. He is hilarious. I get all his references because, which I love. He's black. And I think we're about the same age. I don't know how old he is, but he looks like he's around my age too. So I get all his references. Hilarious. He has so much energy, but I enjoy it. It's entertaining to me just seeing like people's thoughts on each other. I feel like they're not being real. They're not really saying what they really feel because so many people watch these videos and whatever. Anyway, so I'm going to play tennis. And I've actually been liking the tennis class. I know I had a whole rant about how I didn't like it or whatever, but it's actually been cool. Yes, a lot of the players are much better than me, but I actually have come to appreciate playing with them because they've dimmed it down a little bit. I noticed at the last couple of classes they realize who they're playing against, and they've lowered their expectations. So I appreciate that. Shout out to them. And yeah, it's just us hitting. It's not, there's no pressure. It's not like, oh, I'm trying to prove myself or whatever. We're just playing. And it's actually been cool the last couple times that I've gone. Today I didn't really want to go just because I was just a little tired today, but I usually have a good time, so I told myself I'm gonna just go. And at the same time, I usually don't have anything to do, but at the same time, there's this other event going on that I also wanted to go to. It's like a panel or something. I don't know. I wanted to go to that too, but it's at the exact same time. And I'm like, why is stuff, whenever there's two things going on, it's always like two things at the same exact time. Anyway, also I got my hair done. It's an acquired taste. I only have about 10 braids in my hair. This is how it looks. I don't know if you can see it, but I have the camera facing up at me. But I like this hairstyle. It took a little while for it to grow on me, but I like it. It kind of reminds me of, okay, some people might say it's a kiddie hairstyle, but it does remind me of when I was a little girl, but whatever. I like it. My hair is done. I don't have to do anything, and that is worth the money. So yeah, I've been enjoying my new hairstyle. I guess this is just like a little update video or just me talking, whatever. I just felt like talking before I go to this class. So, and I'll come back later and give an update on how the tennis class went, because I am still a little like, I don't know how this class is gonna go, because it's kind of like different people every time, and then, you know, with different people it's a different vibe. So we'll see. But I went to a psychiatry conference last week. I had a few clips from that. I may post some of that or talk about that maybe in another video. I don't know, because probably most people on this channel only care about stuff about psychiatry, so I may do a separate video about that. But I don't have a lot of clips, so I may or may not put that in a separate video. But yeah, I felt like there was more that I had to talk about, but I guess when I come back I'll have more to talk about how the class went. And for you people that, for some, you know, let me not be negative, but I appreciate anybody that watches these videos. I understand this may not be the most entertaining or whatever, but I appreciate you. Anyway, it's a good way, I think, for me to capture my life, but I don't have to put it on the internet, right? But whatever. It's just something fun to do. But yeah, I'm gonna go play tennis and I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. Sorry if this isn't the best angle. Okay, my thoughts on tennis today. First of all, I'm exhausted. So what happened was when I got there today, there was a guy that I was hitting with, and he wanted to play singles. Like, he really likes playing singles. And so we were warming up, and then he's like, hey, you want to play singles? And I was like, you sure? Like, because we could play doubles, because it was 4 of us on the court. And he's like, no, I prefer to play singles. And I was like, you sure? I was like, well, what level are you? And he says that he's like a 2.5 to 3.0. And I was like, oh, okay. And I was like, he's like, well, what level are you? And I was like, yeah, like a 2.5 to 3.0. And I was like, oh, I thought you were way better than that. And, I thought that you'd be, way better than me. And he goes, we'll see. And I was like, oh, okay. That kind of went over my head when he first said that. But, I'm thinking, oh, 2.5, 3.0. Because when we were hitting back and forth, he was hitting the ball pretty consistently, And he said he had just started playing. So we go play. And, man, this man wore me out. Oh, my gosh. Like, he was good. I'm so confused about what the levels are, because I'm like, if you're a 3.0, then I'm a 2.0, because and he said he had just started playing too. Like, I'm telling y'all, it's these people out here, they started 2 months ago, and they hitting these bombs, and I'm like, how have you just started 2 months ago? Who is your coach? McEnroe? Like, what? How are you? But I think that's just how tennis is. Like, some people just know how to play tennis just naturally. He was just hitting these like super hard shots just out of nowhere, because my shots, they really lack power. And I didn't realize that until I've been in these classes with these other people, and I see how hard they hit the ball. And the way that I hit the ball compared to these other people, it just does not compare. And I was feeling pretty whack today. I was feeling pretty whack. I mean, this guy, he had me running all over the court. And later I found out that the other people, they were saying that he's really good with like keeping the ball in the court and everything. And that's like my one forte. I may hit the ball soft, but I can get it back, But then he was getting it back too. And so it was just, so we were having like, not super long points, but it was just, I was drained. I was so tired after that. Wasn't really missing, and his serve was fast. But I was able to get it back a good majority of the time. Again, I can bounce it back, but I just would be out of position, and he would just hit so hard, and then I wouldn't be able to do anything. And then he would hit hard, and then he had like a drop shot. Like, a lot of men, even the ones that just start, they always know how to do those trick drop shot things. That boggles my mind so much. So yeah, he was doing that, where he was like hitting a slice drop shot where it would just go over the net and then not really bounce at all. And yeah, it's just, I had nothing for him. He gobbled my shots up. He got to do whatever he wanted to do with my shots. They just were nothing for him. And I tried going to the net. I really didn't, I don't know how to do a drop slice. Like, I don't know how to do that. So I would go to the net, he would pass me, or he would lob me. Like, most of the points I got were just off of him missing, like him hitting it out or into the net. Those were like most of my points. Like, I didn't get really any points that I won from just outplaying him. So yeah, I lost. We played 1.5 sets. Like, I lost the first set 2-6. And then I thought he was gonna be done, and then he's like, yeah, I was like, do you want to just, after the first set, I said, oh, do you want to go back and play with the rest of the other people? And he said, no. He was like, I really like singles. We could play another set. I was like, oh, okay, you know, sure. He was like, this is just working out for me. Like, I'm here for the exercise aspect. So we played another set, but we really didn't finish. And I think that in the second set, I don't think I won any games. I think he went up like 4-0. And at that point, I was exhausted. I had zero energy. And we noticed that the other people were congregating. And so he was like, you want to go over there with other people? And I was like, yeah. And then I didn't get any water or anything like during the games. And so by the time we went back over to congregate with the other people, we might have been playing for 45 minutes. I don't know what time it was, but we probably were playing for a good 30, 45 minutes. And finally got some water. That's the one thing about playing outside. Like, I drink so much water, which is a good thing because I haven't been doing that. But anyway, so yeah, and then I ended up playing doubles with these 3 guys, and they all were very, very good. And it's like I was just standing there, just like how I'm standing right now. Like, they weren't hitting the ball to me because why? You know, how am I gonna hit it back? They were hitting the ball so hard with their grown man strength. Like, it's so, playing against men, like in tennis, this may be controversial, but men I feel like they have an advantage over women. They just tend to be a little bit better. Like, I don't know, they just tend to just naturally hit the ball harder than women at the same level. And they know how to do those trick shots, like literally as soon as they start playing, they're hitting drop volleys. And I'm like, what is going on? They're hitting behind the back, like volleys. Like, what? You just started a month ago. How are you hitting an angled behind the back volley flick? Like, what is this? And most women, I notice, just try to hit with topspin. That's what we do. That's how we try to win and outplay you. But yeah, so I was playing with these 3 guys. One of the guys was a college player. I asked him if he ran a tennis clinic for 6 years. He's literally a tennis coach. So, like I said, I think I said in my other video, like, they hit like the tennis coaches that teach me how to play tennis at the other place where I play tennis. So yeah, it was like useless, like me playing with them, because I mean, I could get some of their balls back, and then I was exhausted too. And we just stopped playing because it was just, they were trying to hit most of the balls to the other guy. But it was just bad. And they weren't like, you know, rude or cocky about it or anything. It's just, they're good. They're just, you know, that's how they play. I imagine it's hard to kind of like dim your level down to play, you know, with somebody else. And at one point, while I was serving, one of the dudes, he was just having like a whole conversation with his partner, like as I'm serving, just not even paying attention. I even served, and he just was like, at like mid-sentence. I'm like, this is ridiculous. But whatever. Like, he's a tennis coach. He is 5.0 plus. He's way above 5.0. So yeah. And yeah, that was pretty much it. I felt really whack today. I felt really terrible because I just wasn't able to play well, you know. This other guy who just started playing 2 months ago, who apparently is 3.0, whooped me and had me just with no options, nothing to use against him. But so now I'm like, man, I need to get better. Why do I not know how to hit the ball hard like these people? How do they know how to hit like this? But anyway, so yeah, I need to get a coach or something. But I'm exhausted. I need to take a shower. I'm drenched in sweat, and I gotta get up early. to work tomorrow. So let me go to sleep. But I don't know. Today was like I don't know if it was really fun. It was weird. It was like a weird energy today. Like, I just kind of gave up. I left early. I left like 10 minutes early because towards the end, all the good people, they were just playing together and they kind of like ostracized. It was like me and these two other girls. They just kind of like went to a court and they just were playing with each other. And we were doing where you were supposed to rotate to different courts, but they all just ended up staying on one court and they didn't rotate to our court. And so they just kind of like naturally like separated themselves from us and were playing by themselves. And so it was like three of us. It was like an odd number. So then the other two girls were just playing singles. And then I was like, all right, I'm gonna just leave. So yeah. But I'm exhausted. Thank you for watching this video if you did. And I guess I'll see you in the next one. Thank you for listening to this. If you listen to this, thank you. I appreciate that so much. Let me know, yeah, if you have any suggestions or anything that you want to know. Oh, one girl asked, I guess quickly, one person left a comment, like, how did I get through, on my last video, how did I get through medical school as an introvert? First of all, I only have a few minutes left, but first of all, I don't like to label myself. Am I an introvert? I don't know, I guess, but I don't like to label myself because then I feel like you start to just play a role. Like, oh, I'm an introvert. Oh, I can't do this because I'm an introvert. You know, like, I don't like labeling myself. And all this, you know, I don't know. So, I don't know if I would say I'm an introvert per se, but as a person who may, in the past, have struggled with social interactions, it was tough. It was a drain on me. It was a lot, but I just took it one day at a time. You know, just because something is hard doesn't mean you don't do it. If you want to achieve something, you gotta go after it. So I don't know. I just took it one day at a time, and I think you just adjust. I notice in life, you just adjust to whatever's thrown in front of you. You adjust to it. You know, every situation that I've been in, and you think like, how am I gonna handle this? You just do. I don't know. You just the grace of God, getting me through, keeping me together. I mean, you know, I had, of course, some difficult times and nights, and but if it's something that you want to do, you just do it. You deal with it. You try to do the best that you can, and you push through. And that's, I guess, what I'll say to that. I don't know if that answers the question, but if you want me to go in further, you know, let me know. But I'm gonna end it here. I have 1 minute left on my camera, and yeah, I'll see you in the next one. Peace.